So since Clodsire herds typically take a small rest near a small lake or pond about halfway through their journey, this Clodsire, my Squish, is going to take their rest at the rest stop in the middle of the terrarium. Since he's fully hydrated and can't take on any more water lest he fall apart. So in addition to not being able to touch water for longer than 10 seconds, he also can't interact with any Pokemon since all the Pokemon in this area are between level 60 and 70, and he's only level 26. Additionally, the only man-made structure he is allowed to touch and utilize is the Central Plaza in the middle of the terrarium, and he's only allowed to use that to cross from the polar biome into the savanna biome, where he will be safe and warm. Now, he has to make his way from this pond to where I'm at in the savanna biome. Don't be fooled by the Joy-Cons in my hand or the fact that it says quit sinking at the bottom. I'm not in control of this Clodsire. See, I didn't make him fall asleep, he just did that on his own. Nobody's controlling him, so however long this journey takes is however long it takes. All this? This is just a live feed. I'm not actually there. I am still in the savanna biome, awaiting the arrival of my sweet little Clodsire Squishy. And if he successfully manages to do this, he will become a permanent member of my team. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's on the move. It appears that he might be trying to make his way up the mountain. Oh, look at him go. Look at him breaking the game's physics engine in order to climb a mountain. What a clever little boy. That's a lot of dangerous Pokemon, though. How's he gonna get past this? It appears as though he's still trying to break the game's engine to continue climbing the mountain. That's a risky move. If he slides off, he could land right on top of a dangerous Pokemon and insta-die. Oh, he's speeding up. He must have heard me. Maybe he's scared. Okay, good. He made it. Is he resting his little laurels now? Oh, there's a Snubbull nearby. However will he handle this? Oh, he ran away. He ran away. Okay, good. There's a Golurk down there doing a little jig. Hopefully he doesn't interfere with our plans. Okay. Okay. Do you think I have anything that would, maybe encourage Squish to arrive sooner? Let's see, I know he likes treats. What do I have in the ways of food? I mean, it ain't much, but I got these off-brand graham crackers. They're kind of old, but I mean, maybe they'd work. Ah, you're finally awake, Squish. What's wrong? You look like you had a horrible dream. Well, whatever it was, I'm sure it couldn't have been too horrific or bothering. Anyway, you ready to get this started? Let's get going. Going for the mountain, I see. What a clever little boy. Though you'd have to be extra careful about any wild Pokemon in this area. Whoa. What a brave boy! Look at him just running up through these wild Pokemon as if he were one of them. Truly, he gives no fucks. I don't know whether to be scared for him or admiring. He really knows how to break this game's physics engine in order to manipulate his way across the mountains. What a clever little Clodsire boy. What's his next move? Oh, he's still braving the field of wild Pokemon. Unbelievable, we have a champion in the making here. And he picked up a Leppa Berry for our use on the way? Truly, his generosity knows no bounds. Does that count as using? No, he just passed through. He did not use that structure. He has to be on top of... Yeah, he has to be on top of the structure in order for it to count as being used. Or he has to touch it. I think he just went between the legs. This area has a lot of cliffs. Not safe for a little squishy boy. I wonder what nightmare he had. He seems to be avoiding jumping down. Maybe he was afraid of landing on a Pokémon. Ooh. Trying to psych out the wilds. The local wildlife, I see. Oh, jumping down the mountain. How risky. And yet it appears to have paid off. Inching awfully close to that man-made structure. Remember, back in the day, there were no man-made structures to hinder our Clodsire's migration like this. It appears that he's taking a path around it to continue his journey. Oh, that seal. That seal is very determined to interact with Squish. But it's okay. His better instincts kicked in. He knew to run away from it. He can sense its might is greater than his. This is intense. I wish I could be there to help my squishy boy, to protect him from these overpowered monsters. Oh boy, we're entering watery areas. Just a reminder, Squish can't stay in the water for longer than 10 seconds. He's absorbed too much water already. If he absorbs any more, he could fall apart and die. Unfortunately, I'm only an observer here. I cannot tell him what to do or where to go. He seems awfully determined to pick up these items, though. Is he perhaps saving them for us? That is a risky move, though, for they could weigh him down. Maybe he is scouting the land. I'm having a flashback to earlier when I dreamed that I saw a shiny Solosis. And definitely not while practicing controlling my boy. As I said, I am not in control of him. I hope that dream does not come true, for I cannot be there to catch it. Perhaps the boy is hungry. There is not much of his natural food in this area. It is all frozen. Maybe he is swallowing these items because he hungers. I will have to feed him well when he gets back. The poor boy. I have a box of graham crackers over here just for him. But just as a reminder, do not actually feed graham crackers to your pets. I'm sure the sugar and the extra whatever's in graham crackers might give them worms. He appears to be apprehensive. Perhaps he is trying to figure out a path through the water that will safely get him to the other side. That Porygon looks aggressive. Perhaps he is intimidated by it. Perhaps it hungers for him more than he does for graham crackers. Oh, he is moving with determination again. Perhaps he has figured out another path that does not involve the water. A tiny mushroom for a tiny boy. If only he could eat it. What is this? He appears to be retracing some of his ground. Why is he undoing his progress? I see he has made his way up to slightly higher altitude. Oh, I think I see. I believe that is Charged Stone Cave over there. Oh, but the cliff sides are far too steep. If he were to hop in... Oh no, the Oshawott. That is one aggressive Oshawott. Anyway, I believe if he were to hop in, he would have no way of getting out. Also, a vehicle just passed by the savannah area and it sounded like an animal growling. It scared me for a second. Ah, but our clever boy has manipulated the game's physics to get on top of a rock where he is now safe. But he cannot stay there forever. If he does not complete this migration, he will surely freeze to death. Such is the life of a small piece of mud in an infinite snowscape. Our boy appears to have found himself between a rock and a hard place, with no hope of continuing lest he try the water path. Our boy appears to have fucked himself. Perhaps he realized that, hence his comedic turn towards the camera. Oh, such aggression with which he looked back on us. Perhaps he intends to try the water, even though he knows he cannot be in there for longer than 10 seconds. I do not have a stopwatch on me, though, so the second he touches the water will be this... we will have to count ourselves. I will go via Mississippi's. Is he perhaps trying to signal us to something? I do not know what he is trying to say. He is going! 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. He has made it out of the water. Truly miraculous. If that was an actual timer, though, I fear he may have actually died. I guess we'll never know since we do not have an actual timer. Ah, I see. He tried to climb up an area, but he could not. Fuck. Squish sure is taking his time. Oh. A terrible dream, was it? I've been watching him sleep for quite some time. I fear I may run out of graham crackers before he can get here. Oh? It appears that has given him enough of a morale boost to try even harder to get here. Or perhaps he is merely sick of having dreams within dreams in which he watches himself die. The only one who knows is him. Not that I know what goes on inside of his dreams, of course. It is mere speculation. Oh dear, he appears to have a lot of very deadly neighbors. And it appears to be approaching night. The bravado with which he charged forward before appears to be more hesitancy instead. Perhaps it is because it is continuously these wild Pokémon that his dream selves have failed their migration. Of course, I do not actually know how they died. Perhaps they fell off cliffs or fell into water. Or froze. Perhaps he feels he too is close to freezing to death, hence why he is moving so quickly. That Frabominable is sure being a real bitch, isn't it, small boy? It's okay though, I have your faith in dodging these creatures. And look at that, masterful. Our boy sure is riled up now. Perhaps he realizes that the longer he spends away, the less chance of getting a graham cracker he has. Oh dear, this is a rather serious pickle that we are in, is it not? Unfortunately, I do not know enough about Sawsbuck to tell if any of those were shiny. I know enough about Deerling. I know to look for the pink flower instead of yellow. Oh, that was very close. It's a good thing our boy decided to turn around right then. He got a quiet mint on the way. What a true champion. Oh no. He appears to have found himself in amongst a lot of wild Pokémon. But he is making his way through the crowd. Truly, he is an absolute unit. Does he perhaps know where he is? Let us see. Again, we are attempting to make our way to the, he is attempting to make his way to the, is that even possible? He's attempting to make his way to the Central Plaza. See, there's Chargestone Cave, there's the canyon area. Have to be up along that way somewhere, like past that mountain. I am merely guessing at what he is thinking, from the looks of the way that he is moving the camera and looking around all petrified like. This is a very risky move indeed. He could fall right on top of a wild Pokémon that has not appeared yet. But he is taking that plunge, it seems. And it appears to have worked out in his favor. He picked up a TM in his mouth. From the looks of it, it might be Icy Wind, but of course I have no way of knowing for sure. Oh, a bold move indeed to move along the outsides of that plateau there. I see he did not go for that Pokeball item. It is wise to not get greedy when your life is on the line. A single greedy move could mean the difference between life and death. Again, our boy cannot use human structures. He can only use natural structures like glaciers. And he can only be in the water for no longer than 10 seconds. He was in there for approximately 2 seconds. If I had to guess, but it was not 10 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, yeah, 2 seconds. That is a good guesstimation. It appears that the wind has picked up. Our boy is treading very close to the water there. What a horrible storm our boy has found himself in. It is okay, boy. I believe in you. I know you are quite scared. This storm is not helping nerves much, is it? We cannot use that bridge. He cannot use that bridge. One must wonder... Okay. Ah, he wakes again. Okay, boy, wait. I know you are eager for a graham cracker. Yes, indeed. But if you rush through this using the exact same tactics as your dream selves, I'm afraid you will only meet the same fate. You must stick to the mountain. Okay, I trust you. Look at our boy go. He ascends. Remember, use the mountain. Oh, I know it is finicky, boy, but I've seen you do it before. Or at least I have seen your dreams where you have done it before. I have sensed your dreams. I have seen nothing. I'm afraid there might be a limit to your ascension power. But you are determined, I see. I'm afraid that might be too steep. Yes, that is much too steep. Oh, but you continue to ascend anyway. This does not seem normal for a Clodsire migration. I can see your people would have had much difficulty going this way. And this way seems especially precarious with all the wild Pokémon in the area. If you are to do this, I ask that you be exceedingly careful. Oh, I do not like the looks of this. This looks especially precarious. But you continue to astound me, small one. Your determination truly knows no bounds. Just please be wary of the inhabitants. You are a creature of mud. These are creatures of snow and ice. Ah, I see. I believe he is using the position of the stars to dictate where he is. Or to determine where he is, I should say. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words when I am watching such majesty ascend a mountain. That crystal ball thing appears to be a man-made object. Is it wise to use such a thing? Or is he looking past it at the stars? He appears to have found his way. Now he need only get there. I believe he has found his most beloved method of using the mountain. Surely he should have done this the first try. But it is okay, for he could not have always known. Or at least his dream version should have used this method. But I guess that is why they are dreams. They do not mimic reality correctly. Reality truly is beautiful and flawless. And definitely doesn't break the game's physics engine to ascend a mountain. But I fear that using the mountain was the only way. I have tried... His dream versions have tried the other methods, to no avail. I hear a creature. I hope he remains wary. I fear that this anticipation might be the end of me. I wonder how much further he has. If he does not touch that man-made object, he is safe. That appears to be a Chimchar. Truly a rare spectacle to find such starters in the wild. I see he's being utmost cautious with these newfound wild Pokémon. Oh, that is a very steep drop. Please, small one, please be careful. It is most fortunate that your model remains horizontal even in the face of such steep cliff sides. And there appears to be a large body of water separating us from the other side. Oh? He appears to be admiring the Pokémon that were just doing a jig down there. What is he planning? Such a clever little Squish. Oh, I do hope he is careful. Those locals do not appear to be friendly. I doubt they will take kindly to such a creature as him sticking out amongst the snow. He does not blend in. Oh, I believe I see the path he intends to take. Though it is rife with wild Pokémon. I pray he takes this slowly and safely. There appears to be quite a bit of lag in this area. Is this perhaps the Solosis outbreak? No, it is not. Oh, but there are Milceries in this area. And now the snow is picked up. Oh, there is a lot in this area. I fear for our boy's safety. And there's the other side of Chargestone Cave. I hope we did not just do a complete loop. I do not think we did, for I recall seeing... Oh dear, our boy appears to be stuck in a snowstorm surrounded by wild Pokémon. This is a most precarious situation for him. That seal is being most aggravating, but it appears to have given up the chase. No, I do not believe we have done a full loop. Go away, Cubchoo. Please leave the boy alone so he may continue his journey. Oh, it is very sweet of you to grab that Oranberry, little one. But it is hardly worth the danger that you could possibly get into at this point. Not when the end is so close. He has entered the Central Plaza. Ah, yes, I see. As per any Clodsire migration, he is grabbing a snack from the local vending machine. The hell are you guys looking at? You guys can't join my team. See this empty slot below, Artemis? That is reserved for Squish, not you guys. Oh, it's like that, is it? You're all just gonna stare at me to try to pressure me into accepting one of you into my team instead, just because you're currently stronger than Squish? Let me tell you something, Buster. He is making a journey that you never will, because you're not strong like him. Oh yeah? Get him, Torrent! And please don't freeze. Yeah, not so tough now, are ya? Oh, fuck! Alright, admittedly that one kind of snuck up on me, but you know what? Fuck you, Hydro Pump. And the fact that I'm like 43 levels higher than you. But still, eat shit. Okay, it appears he has had his fill of the vending machine. And he is ready to continue his journey. He must now make it across the savanna biome and make it to me. Same rules apply. He cannot touch any wild Pokemon. He cannot touch any man-made objects other than the Central Plaza, which we are currently in, and getting ready to depart. He cannot stay in water for more than 10 seconds. So, here we go. It would have been some shit as if I failed right away, like it just walk out, and as if he failed right away, just walked out and immediately ran into a wild Pokemon. Oh? It appears we are surrounded on all sides by a giant cliff. How does he intend to get through this? Ooh. That is a wild Trapinch. Ah, yes, of course. He must ascend. Ah, but his ascension appears to only go so far. And that appears to be a bird's nest. I do not believe it wise to land in such an area. Such a nest must have a predator nearby. But he appears to be going for it all the same. I hope he has a plan in mind. Ah, he was not looking at the nest. He was looking at the cliffside next to the nest. That he is struggling very much to ascend. Ah, but he has prevailed in the end anyway. I do not know his methods, but so long as they work for him, I shall not judge. In the heat of battle, one must be clever, and these tactics are rather clever indeed. Although now he appears to have... This area is rather steep. I do not believe his climbs will be sufficient. But he is determined all the same. Nope. That is okay, small one. Sometimes in battle you face defeat against impossible odds. But I see it has not deterred you. Perhaps there is another method that will actually work. I do not wish to be the crusher of dreams, but there is a time and a place to call it quits when a certain method is not working. One can only throw themselves at a wall so many times using the exact same methods before one must decide on a new strategy. Ah, little one has found a way to ascend. Very clever boy. Now that we have gotten over that hurdle, we may continue the journey. Or now that he has gotten over that hurdle, he may continue his journey. Oh dear, I do hope he remembers where I am located. I cannot help him find me. But I am sure it is okay. Surely he has the natural instincts of his ancestors. He's in a muddy marshland now, in the savannah area. It is the home of his people. He need only be wary of the Pokémon in this landscape. Like the Flygons, for example, and no, that one is not shiny. I have a shiny Flygon from a random Trapinch that I happened to find upon my first visit here in the Savannah biome. It was most fortunate that another was nearby for me to compare it to. Oh, this is most risky. Such a big open field is bound to yield such fast-running Pokémon. Be wary of those Vibravas and Sawsbuck. I believe on my way here I saw Tauros as well. Such Pokémon would not appreciate. Remember, you must not touch the man-made object. If any Pokémon were to ruin this now, it would be Vibravas and Tauroses. Most excellent. Now you need only find the body of water that I am at. And remember, you cannot touch it for longer than 10 seconds. This area is most risky. A lot of small creatures, capable of running fast. Poppin is also an issue. But so long as you remain wary, little one, I believe you will make it through this back to me. And then you may join my team. Look, a wild Snivy. Much like the wild Chimchar, a rare sight. This is most precarious. And it has me ever... No, that is not shiny. And it has me ever more excited because it is almost over. Please remain wary of small Pokémon. I would really like this to not be fucked up at this point. The body of water. I am nearby. I am at one of those ass cracks in the mountain formation. We need only locate me, and your journey will be over, small one. There I am. You must make it to me. And be wary of the Tauros, please. Why is there a giraffe egg nearby? What party has been going on around me while I have been watching the live feed? Yes! Yes! Oh, fuck all of you. Took forever. Admittedly, finding the path through was probably the longest part. Well, Squish, you may have a lot more levels to go before you're caught up with your fellow teammates, but you completed the first step. You went through a very harrowing experience. Normally, the rest of my team gets built up from very harrowing battles that determine the fate of the entire world, but your migration, that's a close second. And because you went through such a difficult journey, I am willing to forgive that you did not help with certain life or death battles, but you still did an amazing job, and I'm very proud of you. And as promised, you may have your graham crackers.